It's funny, surprisingly, because I have already told a story about a run-in with a riding lawnmower before. I told a story last year. This is a different story, though, but still bodily harm is a part of it, kind of. But I have had times when I've had to mow the lawn at my house. We had 5 acres. I didn't really like it a lot. Before I was allowed to use the riding mower, I was only allowed to use the push mower. And we had 1 whole acre that was just incline like that. And also being lazy little me, I would leave it to the last minute. The grass would be like that high. I would complain, but that was my own fault. But I also didn't like the riding mower because we had 4 other acres, and that took a lot of time. And I really like riding the mower. It's very tranquil at times, but after doing it for like 2 hours, I'm done. I don't want to do that. So the first story I told last year was about how I would just like full throttle do the mower and just go as fast as I could because I didn't have time for that. I had other things to do when I was 19, 20, which in retrospect, I didn't have anything important to do. I should have been safe, because healthcare. But I also have this term I use a lot called farm muscles. I have farm muscles. I don't have big muscles at all, but if I need them, I have them. I promise you. I consider it like the same thing as if a mom needs to pick up a minivan off of a kid, that adrenaline type of thing, or if I'm like wanting to take all of my groceries up to my apartment in one fell swoop, which I still do. I do not want to go to my car twice. But that kind of all came to a convergence again after almost chopping off my foot 1 time. I should have learned my lesson 3 years prior. I was mowing the lawn as fast as usual, and I really would have a lot of pride because even though I would mow really fast, you would think that you're not getting all the blades cut. I was. It looked really good. But I was also very proud that I could also get really close to the trees and the landscape things and everything that you would want to not have to weed whack, because if we had to weed whack 5 acres, I probably would have, tried to emancipate myself or something. But I still had to make it look as nice as possible, even when I was going as fast as a riding mower could go. And one day, I was probably in my most tranquil state of doing my first couple swipes, but I was getting really close to our creek that we had, and it was probably the tranquil state plus, going really fast, plus just like wanting to get as close as possible to that edge that like out of nowhere, and the way I remember it is a lot more dramatic, so that's what I'm gonna go with. But like I just like imagine Dukes of Hazzard, where it's like you're just going off the cliff. It was not that. It had to have not been that. It was a lawnmower, but it was probably also like more of an embankment. But I don't even know how it happened. But as the lawnmower starts going over the side of the edge of the creek, I in some way maneuver myself in front of the lawnmower. And if you look at my last story, you learn that the blades stop, the mower stops as soon as your butt leaves the seat. So that was really good. Don't be worried about that. But somehow I got in front of that lawnmower before it just dove into the creek. Because, I mean, what would have been worse is the repercussions for ruining that lawnmower more than anything. But in that moment, it truly demonstrated my farm muscles, because who knew I could lift up an entire lawnmower until I screamed my head off until someone helped me pick it back up and tried to act like nothing ever happened. Thank you.